Yeah, okay. I heard about that too.
All right, guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're going to use Google+. I want to add this to the class because we've been uploading a lot of things to our blog, and Blogger, since it's a Google platform, works now really well with Google+. Once you add Google+, what you're going to notice is when you blog something, it'll say, do you want to add this to Google+? You click yes, and then it'll tell you what circle would you like to add them to. So I'm going to talk about that. So what you need to do is you will notice at the top here, it'll say something like +U. So you click on this, and for now I just want you paying attention, okay? Because it's just, I'll be walking around to help you, etc. And what it'll do for you is it'll ask you to create a profile, and it'll ask you to create a picture. And as I showed you, I'm going to encourage you to use the Chrome Marketplace and use Webcam Toy. And I'm not going to click on it because I don't want to open it and all, but this is a great way to make a creative pic. And since we have webcams, let's take advantage of it. You could obviously take a picture. If you wanted to have a high quality picture, you might be better off taking it with the good cameras we have. And you could probably use the filter in Photoshop to recreate some of these effects. And the filters in Photoshop are definitely way better. Okay, so here's Google+. There's a lot in Google+, and it's not just a Facebook replacement. Some people think of it that way, and it is social networking, but at the same time, some of the things I really like that are really very useful are communities, which are basically chat boards that you can create a topic. You can upload all your photos directly from your phone. So when you take a picture with your phone, if you set your Google+ up on your phone, it automatically uploads, unless you don't want it to, obviously. You can change that. It's linked with local. I don't know if you ever use Google Maps and you're trying to find a really good restaurant. If you use local, it'll tell you all the great restaurants that are in the area and give you a rating. And I use that all the time when I travel. It's just fantastic. Finding people is what I'm going to talk about. And one of the best and most amazing features is what are called Hangouts. And I use this with my students at University of Ottawa. So I meet online with a group of 5 students and we all chat face to face, all in the same interface. They all need a Google account though, that's the thing, and they all have one because I created it for them. So Hangouts are really great if you need to talk with somebody face to face about homework. And not only that, you can collaborate in Google Docs face to face. Because now you know you can collaborate Google Docs, but you're not in the same room, you can chat in a side panel, right? Well, in Google Hangouts as of last week, you could actually talk face to face while you're doing your Hangout and working on that doc. So the first thing you're going to have to do when you create your Google Plus account is find people, okay? And the thing that you're going to notice is that you're going to have to add me because you're students. Your account is somewhat private and people can't add you from outside of Osgood Township High School. Okay, if you had a Gmail and had a regular Google Plus account, they could add you. Anybody could add you. But for protection and sort of privacy reasons, you can't be added by outward people unless you add them first. Okay, so it's important. In my case, you want to add the one that has the 4 panels. Okay, I don't know if you can see up here. The one that has 4 panels. I have 3 Google profiles just because I have my Gmail, I have my Ottawa U one, and I have my school one. My school one is this one. This is the one you want to add for me, the 4 windows, okay? So the sort of artsy pick. So then one thing that you might want to look at is, this is, at first, it takes a while for Google to kind of populate the people as they create their account. The first step, though, in Google Plus is creating your circle. In our case, it's TGM or TGJ3M. Okay, so we're going to create a circle. I'm going to call it that right now. TGJ3M. Okay, and I'm gonna. Well, none of you are probably added yet, so I'll create an empty circle. And as I add you guys, I'm going to drop you in here. And when I share something, so whenever you add something to your blog and you share it, what you always have to do is you can share it to everybody, but really, I'm going to also ask you to everybody and also share it to TGJ3M so that everybody in the class sees what you created or sees the pictures that you've taken. Okay, and that's really what we want to do, is be able to look at some of the shots that you've been taking. Because what I've been doing with one person at a time is going to look at your shots and say, oh, well, did you think about this when you took this shot? Or did you think about that? I'm giving you advice, okay? And you could do that through Google+. So here's something that's really useful. Add a person. And the thing is, sometimes I'll write, Matt Guitard. And then I know we just created an account. Why can't I find Matt? Sometimes Google hasn't sort of like added them yet to the index, because they have an index. That's how they keep. But so what I'll do is I'll just say, give me your email. If you notice, it said add by email, find by name or email. So we all know we have a ocdsb.oths.ocdsb account. I just add that and it'll add them. Then I just drop them in here. That's the easiest way. So I'm actually gonna create a Google Doc that's shared, and you can actually put your email there in a second. So once you've added that, you can go to your home panel and you're ready to start sharing. So if you notice, you can share a photo, but in our case, a lot of stuff I still want you to upload everything to your blog, because it's just handier to keep track of things, right? The problem with social media, you know how it is. I have 1,000 friends on Facebook, too many, and they're not all my friends. You know how it is. Like, you just add people you kind of know, and that's fine. You know, I had students when they graduate, and I'd be more than happy to add you guys when you graduate. Why not? And I keep track. The problem is it just goes so quickly, and you like, oh, somebody posted a great picture I wanted to go and find or whatever, or I posted that and I can't find it anymore. If you post it in your blog, that's what all smart tech people do. They post it to their blog first. And that way, it's always there. It's permanent. It can be indexed by Google. It can be searched through Google. And the thing I'll tell you, though, it's really wise to have a Google Plus account, because if you have a business, like I build websites for people, mostly my friends, because I don't have time, but I can make a lot of money doing this. Whenever you put even if you have a website as a business, have a Google Plus profile. That's just smart, because Google is putting everything in the kitchen sink into this Google Plus stuff. So what businesses pay a fortune for, and I know this, is to get ranked in Google. And all the businesses I create websites for are #1. When you write a Google search with certain keywords that are critical, they're #1 on the page. And that, by the way, costs a lot of money, because Google has something else called AdSense. So as a business, I'll say, okay, every month I spend $200 on AdSense. Why do you spend that money? Is to be ranked #1. Well, #1 at the top, there's like what are called organic search results. Those are the ones that you get for free, and you don't have to pay. So I'm #1 ranked as an organic search result, so that my friends don't have to pay for Google AdSense. The thing is that ad at the top is always the one that's the most clicked by people who are kind of amateurs or whatever, looking or searching. But that's how Google makes all their money, by the way. So having said all this, how do I post? I basically put my idea here. And one of the things that's really cool is it's just like Twitter. Hashtag, my keyboard's in French.
It's like Tumblr too.
Damn thing. Okay, well, I'd have to switch. Let me just switch my keyboard to English. So hashtag, and in our case is TGJ3M. And you can also, instead of, whenever you want to give somebody props in Twitter, you write @Mark Dubois. Well, in Google Plus, you write plus Mark Dubois. And look at all the Mark Dubois that exist in Google show up. So here's my Gmail account. So I'll just add this just for the heck of it. And here's where the circles come in. So maybe I don't want to share this with everybody that's out there. So I'm going to X this, and I only want to share it with Mark Dubois, or I'm going to click on this, and all my circles show up, including you guys. And obviously, in our case, I want to share to that circle. Now, there's nobody in this right now. And just so you know, circles are private. Like, if you create a circle, nobody knows which circle you have them in. So it's not like they're going to say, oh, well, why do you have me in that circle? They don't see it. All they know is they get a thing shared in their Google Plus account saying, here's Mark Dubois shared this with you. Or it just shows up in their stream like the same thing as a Facebook stream. All right? So I'm going to click share. And we're done. So I'm going to get you to start with that. I'm going to just end this recording.